On July 10, 2002, Jeff Joplin was found brutally murdered in his own home in what appeared to be a robbery gone wrong. Friends told detectives they needed to look at Jeff's ex-girlfriend, Heather Miser. When police went looking for her, they discovered that Heather and her new boyfriend, Sean Wilhelm, had disappeared the day after the murder. Searching for the couple, police went to Sean's mother, Sandy's house. Sandy admitted that her son and Heather had recently visited her. They were with Sean's cousin, Justin Clapp, as well as friends Joseph Walton and Brett Matthews. Sandy also provided police with some notes Sean had written, all talking about how he wanted Jeff dead. Officers soon tracked down Joseph Walton and bring him down to the station for questioning.
And you are?
Joseph Walton.
Okay, and you are?
I'm Gorman Bradley, I'm his attorney.
Okay. And I understand that you asked us here today because you wanted to talk to us, correct? Okay. Okay, what I want to do, before you say anything, is I want to go over your rights, okay? Okay.
Joseph, I can tell you, they're videoing you, okay? I've watched a lot of these, you gotta speak up,
Okay.
okay, so it picks you up.
Is anybody in the next one over?
They can't hear you,
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Can you hear them?
No.
So they can't hear you.
Can't hear you, okay. Okay. I have the right to remain silent and not make any statement at all, and that any statement I make may be used against me at my trial. Any statement I make may be used as evidence against me in court. I have the right to have a lawyer present to advise me prior to and during questioning. If I'm unable to employ a lawyer, I have the right to have a lawyer appointed to advise me prior to and during any questioning, and I have the right to terminate this interview at any time. I understand each of these rights. I know that I do not have to make this statement, and that I can end the interview at any time. I want to make this statement at this time, even though I know and understand that it can be used against me in court. I do not wish to have a lawyer present, but you already have your lawyer present, to advise me prior, before, and during any questioning. No one has promised me anything to get me to give up any of my rights or to make this statement. The waiver is completely voluntary on my part. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you write? Can you still write? Because what I want you to do is initial, first of all, initial each one of those if you understand those.
Is this the ones you just read?
Yes, right there. That's the first one. Okay, and then sign down there. Get you signed the witness again. Do you need anything before we get started?
No.
Okay, you wanted to see us, so go ahead.
I'm gonna start with right before we left and go all the way to the time we came back.
Great.
Okay. Sean, Sandy, and Sean's girlfriend, Heather, and her son for a week. Because this is where Sean used to live, and they were just visiting and stuff like that. And I had then talked to Sean about if he could get any like pounds of weed or ecstasy or anything like that in Texas. And I talked to his girl, and his girlfriend said that she had a hookup there. And I told her that I really didn't have any money. You know, I said that one of my friends, Brett, had $800, and she said, well, we can get 5 pounds. I mean, one with that. And I said, well, 5 pounds isn't even worth the trip to drive down there and back. And she said, well, let me call my people. And so then she called her people, and then she called me back and said that she could front probably 15 pounds to us and about 1,800 ecstasy pills. And so then that made it worth the while to go there. And they left Sunday at about 9 or 10 o'clock. And they is Sandy, Sean, his girlfriend Heather, and left Sunday about 10 or 9 o'clock to go back to Texas.
Morning or afternoon?
PM. And then me, Joseph, what's his name, and Justin Clapp and Brett Matthews, we left at about 2 o'clock a.m., which was Monday morning. And The reason why we left a little bit later prior to them because Justin had to pick up his girlfriend and take her home and stuff like that. So then we left at 2 o'clock. We arrived at Sandy's apartment, which is Tyler, Texas, Monday about 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. between that time. And then me, Justin, and Brett, we just laid around the house and slept because we were tired because of the drive. We drove straight there. And Sean had stayed awake because they had slept after they had already arrived there, and Heather had stayed awake. And Sandy took her silver Saturn to the grocery store like about 3 o'clock to go get some sloppy joes. And she arrived back, I was asleep. I woke up about 5 o'clock, and Sean had already fixed him a plate, and so then I continued to go in there and fix me a plate to eat. And Brett and Justin was still asleep. And after I had finished eating, Heather was already gone. By the time I woke up, she was gone in Sandy's silver Saturn. And she was supposed to go check on the 15 pounds for us and stuff like that. And so I had ate, and then Brett had woke up. He was sleeping on the couch, and then he had ate sloppy joes. And later on, Justin woke up. And Heather stayed gone but she'd come back to the apartment every once in a while. So, like, she dropped off, like, maybe a 20 sack for us to smoke or whatever. And she said that's the kind of green we were getting. And then she left again, and then she came back and dropped off alcohol. And she left again and went to Sandy's silver Saturn, and she stayed gone to like the whole time, the whole night. Sean was worried about her. Sean kept calling her, and I don't know if she had a cell phone or what, but she would call the house every once in a while and say she'd be on her way. And I'd be like, well, how long is it going to take? And Sean would say 30 minutes, and it ended up being like 2 hours, and still she had not returned. And so she had stayed gone for like the whole night, and Sandy had went to bed probably about 11 or 12 o'clock. And she had woke up throughout the night, and she had beat Sean for her car being gone. And she was like, she better hurry and get back here. I got to be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning. And plus we kept her up a lot through the night, just bullshit.
Yeah.
And so then she had came back about 3 o'clock in the morning, which had been Tuesday morning, 3 a.m.
Okay.
And she then, we then talked and everything, me, Brett, Justin, Sean, and Heather. And Heather told us that her guy, Demetrius, got popped with ecstasy or whatever, and so she's going to try to go to this other dude. And this other dude she tried to go to, assuming was Joplin, and she had told us that she had gave him $3,000, and that he was going to front us 15 pounds and like a bucket of V's, which is like 4,000 Valiums, and some ecstasy. And so then he told her just to call and check, you know. So he had called, or she had made calls from Sandy's house like at 3:30, and he said everything would be ready by 4, you know. And I think the last call was made probably about 3:50 or so, and he didn't answer his phone. And Heather was like, well, he's got my money, you know. And my intentions on going there was to get her money back, and that was the same with Justin and Brett.
Okay.
And as far as I knew, it was Sean's intentions too.
Okay.
And so then I asked her what the deal was with this Joplin dude, and she said it was her ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
And Sean had said that he hated him, you know. I know there was a lot of hatred for him from Sean, but I never had really talked to the guy who got killed or anything like that. I never knew from him. I didn't know nothing about him. And so then about probably 3:50 to 4 o'clock, we had gotten Justin Clapp's car. Justin drove, and me, Brett, Sean, and Heather all rode. Okay, and the intentions, we was gonna go to his house. And the intention on going to his house was to get back her $3,000, and probably we were hoping maybe 15 pounds a week
Okay.
in ecstasy. And so we had we had left Sandy's, which is Sean's mom, probably about 3:50, 4 o'clock p.m. or a.m. Excuse me, and that would have been Tuesday morning. And then we arrived at Joplin's. Whenever we arrived at Joplin's, we stopped in the car, and Heather had told Sean that there was a camera on the front, on his, I guess on the front porch, and Sean was supposed to take out that camera. And so then Heather she said she was going to go inside and get him to sit in the seat that was right across from the front door. And so she went inside, and then she came back outside. She left the door unlocked. Okay, and whenever she came back outside, she said, I told him that y'all would drop me off here. He was inside packing a bow. And whenever I flip on and off the lights twice, that means that it'll come on in.
Okay.
So he was sitting in the chair, and then Heather went back inside, and then Sean got out the car, and he had then took out the camera, and then she flipped on the lights twice. So then we went in there, and Justin was the first one in, and Justin stuck out his hand, and the dude grabbed his hand, and he said, how you doing, buddy? And he snatched him up and started choking him, I guess like a sleeper hold kind of, sort of. And they kind of scuffled, and he went kind of back towards the couch like that. He was kind of leaning back on the couch holding him, and Sean started beating him in the head with a club, like a miniature baseball bat type thing. And he started beating him in the head with the club. I had then rushed into his room to where Heather was, because that's where the safes were, and she knew the combination and everything. And me and Heather had then searched his room and everything, and we were searching for money and drugs. And we searched the room like top to bottom, you know. And then whenever she had continued to stay in the room, and I was coming through the hallway, and I walked into the living room, and he was tied up on the ground. Sean was stabbing him in the neck and the back, and I told Sean, I said, don't kill him. And then that's when we quit stabbing him. And I ran past him because I said, I'm getting the fuck out here, because it wasn't supposed to happen like that. And I was scared shitless, because that's the first time I ever seen somebody actually get killed. And I was scared and didn't know what to do. And so I just ran out the house, and I was the first one in the car. And then Justin was the second one, and Heather and Sean and Brett came. Heather and Sean was the last ones in the car though, and they left the lights on, and they left the front door open, because I remember just watching for them to come out the door.
Thanks, John.
Take a chair with you, Larry.
All right.
This is Eddie Box, also, he's the attorney with me, he's coming in.
And then Sean and Heather came out the front door, and then we then drove off, and we were gonna go to this lake that Sean and Heather knew or whatever. And Heather had said drop her off at Sandy's first, and she was gonna pack clothes and everything. And so then we went to Sandy's, dropped her off, and went to the lake. And my khaki shorts, I don't know how, but I got like this little splatter of blood like on my khaki shorts, and my red Tommy Hilfiger shirt with a white H on the back, which I assume I found in the lake. And we then drove to the lake, and Justin and Sean started like dumping stuff in the lake, like it was like equipment type stuff. I don't know what kind of like equipment, that's all I know. And while they were dumping that in the lake, I took off my shorts and I took off my shirt and I threw them in the lake, because I was scared, because I was just a witness to something bad. And I got in the car, and then everybody else got in the car, which was me, Sean, Brett, and Justin. And then we drove back to Sandy's, and because Sandy was had to be up at 5 o'clock. So I think when we got there like at 5:10 maybe. And then we had went inside and everything, and Sean, and then we was wanting just to leave Sean headed there because of what Sean did, you know, he didn't want to take it back, but Sean and Justin being cousins and everything, he didn't really want to leave him there. And, so then we had left and everything, and we went to Arkansas, we drove to Arkansas, and, okay, well, first, before that, we waited till Sandy left for work, before we left, and, Justin wrote Sandy a note and left his cell phone number and then his house number or whatever, saying he's taking Sean and Heather back here with him because Sean was with his dad or whatever, and he didn't want to tell his mom to break his mom's heart. And that was the note that was left. And then we had left and we stayed at a hotel in Arkansas. I don't remember what it was called or anything. And I don't think what day that was. I'm thinking the murder, okay, and also whenever the dude wasn't quiet, he wasn't dead yet. Because whenever I had ran past him to leave, whenever Sean got in the car, we started yelling at Sean because of what he did, you know, and he said that he could hear the dude breathing out his back, so I'm assuming the dude bled to death, and that's the cause of death, and he's bleeding to death. And back to where, we were fixing to leave. Sandy left for work, and then with Justin had left that note, and then we got in Justin's car after they packed the bags and everything, and then we left and went to Arkansas, drove to Arkansas, stayed at a hotel, and then after that we drove back here, which was we left the hotel in Arkansas Tuesday about 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. And then we arrived in Paducah about, it was Wednesday morning, like at 7 a.m., 6 a.m. And from there, I just wanted to go home. And I told Justin, because my car was at the house. And I told Justin, I said, take me home and everything. And Heather had gotten some ecstasy out of his house and some marijuana and some ice. I don't know nothing about no ice. She said it was like a new drug or something. And she wanted to split it between us to give it to us and everything. And I told her, I said I didn't want none of it because that's petty ass shit. Meaning, Sean had killed somebody just for some like petty shit. You know, and I didn't want no part of it or anything. So I made Justin take me to Kmart where Brett's car was parked, and then me and Brett got in the car at Kmart in Lono, and then Brett had drove me to my house. And then Sean and Heather said something about going to Nashville or something.
Where, what day that was?
It was whenever we got there. It was Wednesday. Because then later on, I went over to Justin's house and they were already gone. And I asked Justin, I said, where the hell did Sean go? And he said, to Nashville. And the reason why I didn't come forward sooner is because, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know what it's like to actually see someone get stabbed or get killed or whatever, but I mean,
I know what it's like looking at it afterwards.
Well, I was scared, and I didn't know, and Sean ain't all there either. He's kind of crazy, and I knew that he had a gun because when we first seen it, it was in the hotel. Me and Brett actually, he didn't want to see it, but we caught him with it, you know. And I just kind of turned around and acted like I didn't see it because I didn't know what he was going to do or what he had planned to do. And that's all. I mean, if there's anything else you want to know, just ask.
When Sean and Heather and Sandy were here, that July 4th weekend, over the campgrounds,
Okay.
Southern Comfort, is that right? Is that the right name?
I went there, like his dad was there.
Right.
Yes. Me and one of my friends went there. I think it was me and Dan, we went there. And whenever we went there, it was just to talk about, like, you know what I'm saying, what all he could get in Texas, like, and if we was gonna follow him back or whatever.
Okay. What did Sean or Heather tell you they could get at that when they were at the campgrounds discussing this? What did they say?
Well, it was really Heather. Sean couldn't really get no drugs. It was his girlfriend and everything, but Heather said she can get pounds of marijuana for $200 and ecstasy for like $8 a piece. And like she said in Texas, they come in buckets, like pills like B's, Valiums, Lortabs, whatever. She said she can get like 4,000 Valiums for like $400, you know, and it's in buckets and everything. So I was wanting to go there. My intentions on going there was to get drugs, like to get drugs fronted to me.
Okay.
And
Well, let me ask you some more, because you told me your intentions. Let me ask you some more about these other people, okay? Was Sandy involved in that conversation?
no,
She was not involved in that conversation?
tell Sandy we were going to Texas to get
Okay.
drugs.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure she kind of figured out how, because whenever we first arrived in Texas, she said, when y'all leaving? And we said probably about 2 o'clock tonight, which would have been, we arrived there Monday, so Monday morning, we arrived there Monday afternoon about 1 or 12, and it was going to be 2 o'clock, which would have been 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. Tuesday.
Okay.
And she was like, she told, she was like, quit bullshit. You know, she said, y'all at least got to stay for a couple of days. You just drove all the way out here. And we was like, no, for real, we got to get back, because our intentions on going was just to get drugs, you know. So I kind of thought that she kind of knew, you know, but she just wouldn't say nothing to us.
So Daniel was there in that conversation as well?
About the drugs.
Mhm.
Yeah, he knew that we was going there to get drugs.
Okay. Did Heather say whose house, or at that time where everybody would be going to get the drugs?
No, but whenever we got to Texas, she had mentioned Demetrius,
Uh-huh.
and that was, I guess, her hookup. And then whenever we got there that night, she said that he supposedly got popped. There was like a roadblock, and he got popped off, and he had like 1,800 X pills on him, and that's all she really told me about him. And she cried and everything because she said that he was like her brother, and they knew each other forever.
Did Sean, when you were at the campgrounds and they were talking about getting the drugs, did Sean ever mention Jeff Joplin?
No, ma'am.
Did Heather mention Jeff Joplin?
No, ma'am, not to me.
Okay.
I didn't know nothing
Okay.
about him until I got to Texas.
Okay. So you didn't hear any kind of conversations about Jeff between Heather and Sean
Mhm.
or anybody else?
Mhm. Not until I got to Texas.
Okay. So when you guys got to Texas, you went to Sandy's, was anything discussed at that time?
No, about drug prices.
Drug prices?
Yes, ma'am.
Heather said that she had money somewhere?
She said she actually said she was going to go cash her check because she said she was a dentist. I don't know much about this Heather.
I understand.
And she said that she would cover the cost of the drugs for me to take back here and to get rid of, and then I was going to send her back the money Western Union.
Did she say how much money she had somewhere, not besides her check? Did she mention money she had somewhere?
She mentioned she had $3,000. That's the only kind of money she mentioned. But she had said that Joplin had it. Like she had went over there, I assume, by everything she said and everything. She went over there, you know, and I guess gave him her $3,000, you know, and then she had came back and she tried to call him and everything. That was about 3:30 in the morning up till about 3:50 in the morning. She tried calling
That's
him.
Tuesday morning, right?
Yes,
Is that right?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Tuesday morning.
And because she said that he had her $3,000. So our intentions on going over there, I don't know what was running through Sean's head, but our intentions on going over there was to get back her $2,000 and hopefully get 15 pounds of weed.
Okay. Had Sean at any time talked about killing Jeff?
Whenever we was in Heather's and Sean's room, we was getting ready to go over there and everything, and Sean had said that how bad he hated this dude because it was her ex boyfriend or whatever, and he did say I should just kill him. But I mean, you know, I've known Sean since 7th grade, you know, I mean, and I was straight to him, I said, man, don't, you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what I told him, you know, and I never in my whole life would have thought, you know, that he would have did something like this.
Who was in the room at that time when that conversation was going on?
All of us.
Name them.
Me, Justin, Brett, Heather, and Sean.
Okay. Sandy?
No, Sandy wasn't. No,
Sandy wasn't aware
no,
of that conversation?
no, man.
Okay. Did Sean at that time mention how he wanted to kill Jeff?
No, man.
Okay. Did Heather, what was her response to that? Do you remember?
There wasn't.
She
was
did
just
comment about wanting to kill him.
She hated him just as bad as Sean did. I don't know why, but I think Sean hated him just because of the fact he's like madly in love with Heather. And now as far as Heather hating him, I don't really know what happened between them. You know, I didn't really know nothing about it. I didn't even know dude's name, you know, until after I got there and they had said something about him.
So we're still in this room, okay, in that bedroom talking. Sean mentioned something about killing Jeff. Does Heather mention anything about killing Jeff?
Not that I recall.
She just says she hates him also.
Yes.
Brett and Justin, what are they saying during this conversation? Do you remember?
Nothing. They were just, cause like at the time, Justin and Sean and Brett were, hitting the glass pipe with ice in it. And
Oh, at Sandy's?
yeah, in the bedroom.
Okay.
And I don't fuck with no uppers. I strictly like downers. So
Okay.
like when it comes to crank and coke and ice, no, I don't, that's not my type of drug.
Okay, so you're in the bedroom, that conversation took place. What happens next?
Nothing next. She tries making a phone call one last time to see, and he does not answer his phone. So then she says, let's go over there and get my money back. And she said, she told us that there'd be 15 pounds of weed in there and there'd be some ecstasy. And so we then left and went to his house.
And you, Joseph, Brett, Heather, and Sean leave in whose car?
Justin.
Justin's car?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You know what Justin drives, right?
The green Beretta.
Okay. So you drive over to Jeff's house. Where's the Heather's son at this time?
Asleep
Where?
in the room.
In the bedroom?
And Heather and Sean's room.
Okay, did he stay there with Sandy? Or
Well, not what he
so
stayed in.
Sandy didn't know he was there, basically?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you guys leave in Justin's car.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you drive straight over to Jeff's?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when you get there, then as you said, Heather gets out first.
Yes, ma'am.
She walks up to the door, front door.
Front door.
Okay. She goes in,
Yes, ma'am.
but she prior to that told you or told everybody that
There was 15 pounds of weed in the house, and there was ecstasy in the house, and that he had her $3,000.
did she say that Jeff would give her that money, or did she was going to take that money, or
She said that he wasn't like giving it to her.
he wasn't going to give it to her? She
Right.
had to take it.
Yeah, like basically he wasn't answering the phone or anything like that. So I guess he was trying to run with it, or just just say basically fuck you ain't getting your money back or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I never have talked to Jeff. I don't know.
Okay. So her signal was going to be flipping the light switch twice. Is that right?
And that means that he was in the chair across straight from the door, and that was our time to go in there.
Okay. So this conversation about him, she's going to get him placed in this chair in the front room, correct?
So living room, I assume.
Does this conversation take place in the car on the way over there? She's getting this all ready about this is how it's going to go,
Well,
or
as soon as we get to his house.
this conversation takes place though outside the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So she says,
I'm gonna go in, get him to sit in the chair, and when I get him to sit in the chair, I'll flip the lights twice.
okay. And what was her purpose for getting him to sit in that chair?
So he'd be directly in front of the door.
So,
Like,
I mean, what would that have for you, for
Because she's-
everybody to do what?
she said that he'd had a gun, and just like if someone were to like come up in my house.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said he had a gun.
Okay, so she was gonna position him out of the way, if you will. Okay, so everybody could come in. Heather was first in, gave the signal. Who was in next?
Well, after didn't come back outside. She went in once. She went in once, came back outside. She said he's packing a bow. She said, I told him I was gonna get dropped off here so y'all can leave, or he thinks y'all leaving or whatever, and I'm gonna go back in and flick the lights twice whenever y'all come in.
Okay, so she's gonna go back in, get in position, and then give the signal. Okay, when she gives the signal,
But as soon as she goes back, like as soon as she leaves the car the second time to go back in, that's when Sean goes and takes out the camera on the front porch.
prior to the signal, or after the
Right
signal?
before the signal.
Right before the signal,
Before the
okay.
signal.
So, what, the conversation on taking out the camera, did that take place right in the driveway or on the way over there?
In the driveway,
Okay.
Heather said there's a camera on the front porch, and Sean said he was gonna take it out.
Okay. So Sean's taking out the camera. She goes back in?
Yeah, she goes back in, and Sean just kind of follows, not right behind her, but just kind of far enough. He's like hiding on the side of his trailer, and she goes in, and then after he hears the door shut or whatever, I guess he heard the door shut or whatever, he goes up on the front porch
Okay.
and supposedly takes out the camera.
Okay, who comes in the house next while he's taking out the camera?
He takes out the camera, and then Justin comes in. Because after he takes out the camera, she flicks the lights twice.
Let me,
And we get out. Go ahead.
where are you, okay, so we make sure, where are you when you're viewing Heather going first, Sean taking out the camera, and then Justin coming in? Where are you at this time?
I'm in the passenger seat.
So you're still in the car,
Mhm.
so you've got a view of
All three
everything.
of us are still in the car.
All three.
Me, Justin, and Brett are still in the car.
Okay, so the three of you are in the car, so you can view what you're telling me is, okay, from that angle.
From the car.
From the car. Where was the car parked exactly? If this is the front of the trailer,
I have
just,
a piece of paper.
sure.
This is his trailer. This is another trailer. And this is the road. And there's like, I guess, the drive or whatever, the car's position. Here's the front of his trailer. And there's the back, and the car's position about right there.
Okay,
So we're viewing this from right here. She had gone in here, and Sean is sneaking right here, waiting for her to go in. After she goes in, Sean goes up, takes that out, and then the two light switches are right there. Are the two, the lamp, not lamps, lights, light. I hate that.
Okay,
light
that's
bulbs or whatever. And that's what tells us to go in there. She turns on a light switch.
there's
They
four
flash.
porch lights that are on
Yeah,
the side, the floodlights,
Yeah.
like floodlights
They're on like the trailer though.
Okay,
The
okay.
trailer.
attached to the trailer. Okay. So you parked on the corner of the trailer then, basically, where you could see the back door and the front door,
Yes, ma'am.
correct? So you got a good view of the front door, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Heather goes in, gives a signal. Sean's taking out the camera.
And then Heather gives the signal, and then me, Justin, and Brett then get out the car. Justin goes in. For some reason, after Justin goes in, Heather's not in the room. She's not in the living room. He's just like he's there packing a bowl in the seat in his chair or whatever, beside the bowl or whatever.
Okay.
And so I'm assuming Heather's somewhere in the back bedroom. And so then Justin goes in and reaches out his hand, and Joplin grabs his hand to shake or whatever. He says, "How you doing, buddy?" Like that.
Are you behind him at this point so you can see this, or where are you?
Yeah, I'm right behind
In the
him.
doorway?
Like, yeah, I'm like here he is, and here he is sitting down, and then I'm behind. I'm like right here.
Okay.
You know, right as you walk in the door or whatever. And Justin goes over there. The guy's still sitting in his chair, Joplin, and Justin reaches out his hand to shake his hand, and whenever Joplin like grabs his hand, Justin like jerks him up and puts him like in like a choke, you know, and it starts like trying. It's not really. It's like he's trying to pass him out, I guess, you know. It's like trying to pass him out or whatever, and they scuffle and everything, and they fall back on his couch, you know, and Justin's still holding him like that, and then Sean starts to hit him with the club, like the baseball bat, and start beating him in the head.
So Sean comes in after you.
Yeah, he's like right behind me. We're like both in there at
Where's
the same
Brett?
time. Brett's the last one in.
You
But he's like right behind us, really. So
Okay.
really, it's just like there wasn't like but like not even maybe a second difference between us.
Okay, so everybody's kind of trailing in the door one by one, but,
Yeah.
okay. So Justin's over there with Joplin in a
Like,
chokehold?
Yeah, and lay back on the couch. You know?
Okay. And then Sean?
Sean's beating with the club in the head.
Where did he get that club?
I think he might have brought it from his house.
What did it look like?
Blue, maybe.
The club?
Blue, like a bat. It's like a basement, just like a miniature baseball bat.
Okay. Okay. All right, go ahead. So he's on, they have Joplin on the couch now.
Justin has him on. Justin's like his back's on the couch, and he's like choking, putting him to sleep, whatever. Joplin, and Sean is standing up, and Justin's laying like this, holding his head, and Sean's beating him in the head while Justin's holding it.
Okay.
And then I go into the bedroom where Heather is at, which I guess is the master bedroom.
When you come in, did you go right or left? When you came in the front door to go to the bedroom, right or left?
Left.
Okay.
And so I go to it's like there's a hallway, and I go all the way down to the hallway where I assume his room is. And then me and Heather search the room and everything, opening up cabinets and stuff like that, and looking for marijuana, ecstasy, and just any kind of drugs really. And
Did she look for
she
money or
yeah.
money?
She's the only one that knew the combination to his safe.
Okay.
Okay, just like she said she had a key to his trailer too, and so she's the one that has to open up all the safes, because she's the only one that knows the combination. And I'm in there with her searching through we searched for a while, because I was kind of getting a little frustrated because I wasn't finding nothing,
Right. Right.
and so we searched for a long time, and then
A long time. Just give me an example. What do you think a long time?
probably about a good 10 minutes searching, and then she's still in there, and I go through the hallway, and I'm getting ready to search the living room and everything, and that's when I see him tied up and Sean stabbing me back. I tell Sean not to kill me, and that's when I guess, after I told him not to kill him, and I had ran out the door, I was the first one out of the house. He was like about the last one out, and so I don't know if he continued to stab him or what. But whenever he got in the car, I asked him, I said, "You didn't kill him, did you?" And he said, "No." He said, "He was still breathing, but you could hear him breathing to his back."
When you and Heather were in the bedroom, what did you hear in the next room?
He couldn't hear nothing coming from Joplin because he was being, choked or whatever.
Did you hear what Sean and Jeff and Brett were saying or yelling
There's
or
just- I don't know. There's just too much commotion.
too much noise?
I don't know.
So did you ever find anything in the bedroom?
I did not.
Did Heather find anything in the bedroom?
I'm assuming that she found ecstasy and ice and marijuana because whenever we had got back here to Paducah, she had
some of it.
yeah.
When you went out of the bedroom because you didn't find anything, did Heather stay in the bedroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you go down the hall and then you get this horrible situation that's going on. Where's Brett at this time?
He's searching the kitchen.
He's searching the kitchen so he can hear and see basically what's going on in the front room.
Yes, ma'am.
Where was he looking in the kitchen? Did you happen to notice?
No, because like the first thing I seen whenever I walked in there was Sean stabbing this man on the floor, and so then after I seen him stabbing that man, I looked up and I told him not to fucking kill him, and then I looked up and I said, "I'm getting the fuck out of here," and I went to leave and everything, and Brett was like in the kitchen whenever I was leaving, and then so I had left, and then Justin and Brett was right behind Justin, and we was in the car. We even had enough time to back out the car so we could see the front door, and Sean and Heather was still in there, and Heather came out, and then Sean was the last one out, and they had just like left the door wide open, and I remember the porch lights being on when we left.
Okay. I'm gonna place you back in the house again, okay? come down the hall, you see the horrible situation with Sean stabbing him and Justin, is still holding him, right?
No, not where Sean stabbed me.
What's Justin doing at that time when Sean stabbed him?
I don't know. I can't place Justin anywhere just yet because as soon as I walk in, I see Sean doing that, and I want out. I'm
Understand. Do you remember what Jeff was tied up with?
No, I didn't get that close of a view of him.
And how do you know he was tied up there?
Because his arms, I see his arms behind his back. And I could see that he was tied up, but I don't know what it was. I don't know.
What was Sean stabbing him with?
A knife.
Do you know where he got the knife?
Someone had, I don't want to say this and be wrong, but someone had mentioned they had seen Sean looking around for something to kill him with. I don't know if it was Brett or what, but someone had mentioned that Sean was looking around for a weapon to, I guess, kill him with.
While they were at Jeff's house?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm guessing he found a knife he found probably one of Jeff's own knives in the house somewhere and started stabbing him.
Okay, so you come out and right then when Sean's stabbing him, do you remember where he was stabbing him? What part of the body?
Whenever I came out, he stabbed him in the neck, and I said, "Don't kill him." And then he stabbed him in the back.
Okay.
And then whenever we got in the car, I asked him, I said, "How many times did you stab him?" And he said 7 or 8 times.
And at that time you said you could no longer place where Justin was when you came out?
After I, s- no,
But
after I
Brett
came
was
out-
still in the kitchen, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
The kitchen was kind of like on your way out the door. The kitchen was. It was like as soon as you walked in, the kitchen was to your right. So
Did you and Brett make eye contact as you were going out the door? Was he still searching? Is he searching?
he was kind of still searching there. They like opened up the cabinets and stuff. But as soon as I seen that, I told him, I said, "I'm getting the f- out of here," and that's when I ran out the door.
Okay. So you're out the door, then Brett's out the door.
No,
Is Justin already outside at that time?
No, it's not, because I was the first one in the car.
Okay, so
Justin is the second one out.
okay, so when you came back
Justin
through,
might have been in another room searching. I can't place him anywhere. Remember, I don't know if it's because he's not in the living room. I just don't remember. I can't place him anywhere just yet.
so you go out, do the first one out,
This is
and then you say the next one out is
Justin.
Justin, the next one out is Brett.
And then we're all in the car, and we're waiting for Sean and Heather. And I don't know what the fuck they're doing, what they're doing in there, because I'm not in there. And so then we actually have time to reverse the car and back up to where we can see the front door, and that's when Heather runs out, gets in the car, and Sean's the last one out.
What did they come out with? Anything in their hands? What they bring with them?
Heavy equipment.
Who? Sean or Heather?
Sean and Heather both.
Okay. Did Brett bring any equipment out? Justin bring any equipment out?
Not Justin. Brett, see, I was sitting in the back, the right passenger side, and Brett was sitting over here to the left of me. And he had in his hand, he had like a big black box.
And who was this that had in his hands?
Brett.
Okay, a big blank box.
Yeah, it was like, it was.
Perhaps a safe. Was it a safe or a jewelry box?
It,
Or...
it actually looked like a CD disc changer.
Okay.
Have you seen those, it
Yeah.
feels like 120, it's
Yeah.
like big and black.
Yeah,
So it
yeah,
looked like.
okay.
I don't know for sure though.
Okay, so Brett had that piece of equipment in his hands. What does Justin have in his hand?
Nothing.
Okay, Sean?
He
Comes
has,
out the door with?
He's got 2 handfuls of something that's black. It's kind of like
Computer equipment?
maybe computer equipment. It looked like kind of like a flat box almost. So it was like kind of about that big, and it was like a square in one hand.
And what else? What do you have in the other? He's got his hand.
He has some other kind of equipment in the other hand.
And Heather?
Heather has, I guess I'm assuming the drugs in her hand. I don't know.
Just in her hand, or does she have them in anything, or do you remember?
I couldn't really tell you. I don't know.
She got a handful of something? Just do that.
I don't know. It was just kind of dark, and it wasn't real dark, but it was. 'Cause it was like the murder. I don't think he I think, like I said, I think he bled to death because Sean said if he hear him breathing to his back, and but we left his house, Joplin's house, probably about 4:45 or 4:40 is when we left, and then we had Heather had wanted to go to Sandy's house, but Sandy was getting up at 5, and the pack closed or whatever, and we didn't know what the lake was or nothing, and Sean had showed us what the lake was.
Put you back at the scene again. Okay, you're in the car now. You're getting ready to leave. And all this equipment. Where was the equipment put?
Some of it was up front with Sean, and then Brett just had like this big box in his hand.
Anything put in the trunk? You know, anything in the trunk?
Whenever we went to, see, I'm remembering they got the equipment out the trunk whenever we got to the lake.
Okay.
So I'm trying somewhere between leaving his house. I know that they didn't put it in the trunk at his house. So somewhere I can't really think. I don't know if it had to be at Sandy's house. I guess is when
So
they transferred it to the trunk.
Okay.
Because I remember when we got to the lake, they were getting stuff out the trunk to throw in the water. I was down there taking off my clothes because I had spotted a little bit of blood on my khaki shorts.
tell me about on the way out, leaving Jeff's house after everything happened. What kind of conversations were going on?
I asked Sean, like I said, why'd you fucking kill him? And he said he didn't kill him. He said that he was hearing breathing through his neck, and I was real angry with Sean, and Brett was angry with him, and so was Justin, and because he had just attempted to kill whatever this person, and now it put us on the spot, and we were scared too, because now we had been eyewitness to him killing this person, and I ain't never seen no shit like that, and I was scared.
What was Heather saying?
Nothing I know of. I mean, for the most part, it was real quiet. Like after we got to get on with Sean, just kind of got quiet and stayed quiet.
Did she pass out any drugs at that point, or show money, or was that talked about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you knew she had that because you see this later on, and we'll get to that.
I see it.
Right. Okay. Okay, so you drive from Jeff's to Sandy's apartment, correct? Right.
Yes, to drop Heather off.
To drop Heather off. Okay.
And that's part that actually might be when they transferred the stuff to the back of the trunk.
Okay. Okay. Does Heather take anything in the house with her in the apartment when she gets out? Do you remember?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Do you notice? You said you noticed blood on your shorts, and they were khaki colored shorts. Was that right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you notice on Sean and Justin and Brett or Heather? Do you notice their clothing?
Sean had, I don't really remember their clothing, but Sean had like blood on his hands and stuff. And I'm guessing Justin had some on his too, and I'm guessing that's how, I don't know. I'm also scared because I just found blood on my shorts. And I'm like, well, and I'm thinking how the law works and everything. I was just guilty, because I've been at a wrong place at the wrong time, and I was scared. And, I don't know.
So you were just really not aware of their clothing because you were concerned about
I was concerned about mine.
Okay, so you drop Heather off. Heather goes upstairs, and what does she say she's going to do while you guys are getting ready to leave?
Because if Sandy would have wake up while no one was there and her son was there alone, Heather thought she might get mad at us. Heather was wanting to pack clothes, is what she said.
Okay, did a conversation take place about everybody trying to hurry up and leave? Was that what she was going to pack? Because
that was after we had left the lake, after we had got to leaving the lake and went back to Sandy, who was wanting to leave. Sean and Heather was wanting to stay there and pack clothes like that, and me, Justin, and Brett was like, fuck I said, we're getting out of here. And I told Justin, I said, you're going to have to leave most of them here. And I said, because Sean just killed this person. I said, we're going to have to leave them there. And I don't know, and Justin was wanting to leave too, and so was Brad, but Sean talked to Justin and everything, and it was Justin's cousin, and just, I don't know.
Okay, so Heather's out of the car, going into the apartment. And you think possibly that's when the equipment, or computer equipment or equipment was transferred to the trunk?
Yes, ma'am.
Some of it, all of it?
Um,
Some of it anyway?
probably all of it.
And then you guys leave from the apartment and go where?
To find this lake.
Okay, and who's direct? Sean, who's driving?
Justin.
So how long does it take you guys to get to this lake? You remember? That's fine. So you find this lake, you don't stop anywhere in between?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, when you find this lake, then what happens?
Everybody gets out the car. I'll run down there and take off my garments, and they're running down there throwing stuff in the lake. I remember a briefcase.
Okay.
I remember a briefcase being thrown into the lake,
Okay.
and like other like heavy equipment being thrown into the lake, and then Justin strips down, and so I'm thinking, I don't know what Sean did with his clothes. I don't know, but for some reason I just remember me stripping down and seeing Justin strip down, because Justin went to the back of the trunk after we had stripped, and I handed him a pair of my shorts to put on.
Brett changed clothes?
Mm,
You don't remember, or you just
Um,
don't think you did?
I don't think he did.
You don't think Sean changed clothes?
I can't remember what
You
Sean
can't remember?
Actually, I think that he didn't change clothes. He whenever he got to his house, he filled the washer up with bleach and threw his clothes in there. I'm thinking
The first time that you guys got to the house, or
No.
did you?
after we got back
Oh,
from the
okay.
lake.
Okay. So you dumped, everybody dumped equipment in the lake, the briefcase, equipment. Some clothing goes into the lake that you were wearing, Justin was wearing, and you're uncertain about what Brett and Sean did there about clothing. Okay. And then from there, once everything's dumped in the lake, then what?
We get back in the car and we drive back to Sandy's house, and Sean goes upstairs, and me, Brett, and Justin stay outside because we were thinking about just leaving them. And but then we end up going back inside and talking to them, and we tell them we're leaving, we don't want to be here no longer, and they're like, stay, just wait for us, So we just stayed and for 30 minutes and then left.
Did y'all, when you stayed, I know you said you were out in the car, but did y'all go up to the house, back into the house, at any time before you left for Kentucky?
Yes, ma'am. When we came back from the lake, we did
Okay.
inside the house.
Okay. Did anybody else change clothes at that time?
I'm thinking that's when Heather and Sean had changed clothes. Because I remember Heather or Sean, one of them filling the washer up with bleach.
Okay. All right. And so after the clothes, did they wait for the clothes to be washed, or they just washed them,
I think they just left them.
left them there? Okay. And what did they bring with them as they were packing, or did they pack?
They packed, but it wasn't they didn't pack that much. And they said they would come back up here later on and get the rest of their clothes.
Because Justin was in a hurry. He wanted to go. Or he wanted to go. Get out of there. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Sandy gets up at some point during this, right?
Yes, ma'am. She has to be at work at 5. Almost she has to wake up at 5. She woke up about 5. I'm assuming she has to be at work maybe 5:30, 5:45.
So you guys were back from Jeff's in the lake about 5 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
So Sandy gets up, and you guys are where, back in the living room, or?
Sean and Heather are in Heather's room, and I'm on this sofa in front of the TV, and I'm laying there kind of thinking about everything that happened and everything, and they're loading stuff up in the trunk and stuff, right in the car.
What did Sandy say when she gets up?
She said, y'all been up all night. That's kind of bitchy said it.
Did anybody at that point tell her what had happened? She didn't know?
She didn't know Sean and Heather had something on me.
Did she feel like, well, let me rephrase that, did
She
she,
didn't act.
didn't that,
Yeah,
you didn't question anybody from being gone or having been up
No.
all night? She didn't question anybody about that?
No.
Okay. So did she leave for work before everybody leaves for Kentucky? Okay. So she leaves for work between 5:15 5:30?
Yes.
So,
Probably about 5:30 or 5:45.
okay. So what time was it when you all left?
About 6:30 or 7.
So Heather or Sean or who's doing the bleaching of the clothing that they had on?
Heather is.
Okay. So she's bleaching it, trying to get the blood off of it? Bleaching her clothing and Sean's clothing? Do you remember what Sean did with the knife that he stabbed Jeff with?
I'll tell him. He might have thrown it in the lake where the equipment and our clothes were, but I'm not real sure.
All right, we'll put you back at Jeff's house again. You're outside already. These are Jeff's been stabbed. You're back outside, okay?
First one out.
You're first one out. You say Sean and Heather are the last two out, correct?
Sean's the last one out.
Okay. They come out with a handful of equipment or things.
Yes, sir.
Did anybody, after they came out of the Jeff's trailer, did anybody go back in for anything else?
Mhm.
So you're unaware of what Sean did with the knife?
Yes, ma'am. They were wanting to go back because the bat had broken half.
Okay.
And I think Justin and Sean was wanting to go back to get that piece, and I told them the crazy. I said I'm going home, and I didn't want to go back or anything. Period.
So they went back and they got it.
No, I'm assuming it's still in his house somewhere. The other piece of that.
Did they bring or take from Jeff's house anything else that they used while they were attacking and stabbing and choking?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
How did that break? Do you know?
I'm trying to think of the one. Okay, Justin had hit it over his head. 'Cause I remember telling me Justin hit it over his head and it snapped.
Who said that?
Justin.
Did-
Because I'm thinking I almost thought he was the one wanting to go back and get the bat, the other half of the bat. I said he's fucking nuts. I ain't going back there.
Did anybody else do anything to try to kill him except Sean?
When we got in the car, Justin, I said that he had tried to kill him first by tying something around his neck or something and using the bat to twist it.
What was it? Did he tie him on his neck?
Some kind of cord, I'm thinking. He said it broke.
What broke?
The cord, wherever it was around his neck, and broke. So I remember him saying that in the car first. He tried to kill him first.
Before Sean tried to kill him. Yes.
Yes.
Well, when you came out of the bedroom, put you back in the house now, we're talking about that again. Okay, you're saying that Justin is saying these things to you, but you told me you also saw what was going on. That's why you wanted to get out of there.
Yeah, whenever I left the master bedroom or whatever for the section or whatever, I went into the hallway and I then seen Sean. I seen Brett, but Brett was like in the background, like in the kitchen area, and I seen Sean stabbing him, and I told Sean to kill him, and then he stabbed him again in the back, and that's when I said, I'm getting the out of here. And I couldn't place Justin anywhere in the living room. I don't know where he was at.
Well, so when did you see Justin?
With
yeah.
He told me.
He told you that, but you saw him initially with a chokehold on Jeff.
Yeah, with the chokehold, and he fell on the couch. And Sean, that's when
So
Brett first came in. And Sean
has him down while Sean's at him.
No, Justin, whenever I first come in the house, Justin had stuck his hand out, grabbed him, pulled him up out of his chair into him, and put him in the chokehold, and they fell back on the couch, and that is when Sean started beating him in the head with the bat, whenever Justin was holding his head like in the chokehold.
That's when he first came in.
And
that's when you hightailed it to the other room.
Yeah, I went to the other room.
And then Brett went to the kitchen.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you came in, as you said, Heather was in that back room, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Searching.
Whenever I first came in, Heather was nowhere in the side. And so I went to the back room and she was in that section.
Okay.
I'm still getting the safes and everything.
Okay, so we'll be back at Sandy's apartment now.
Which time? Before the murder? After?
After.
What's that?
After. So you guys are getting ready to leave. Broken a few things in the front. Heather, Sean, they don't take anything with them.
Oh, they take like clothes.
A few clothes. Okay. Do you guys leave that? What morning is that now?
We leave Tuesday morning about 6 or 7 in the night
And then from there, where do you go?
to Arkansas. And we stay at a hotel.
On the way to Arkansas, was there anything?
It was a real quiet.
Okay.
Like, real quiet. Like nobody said nothing. Like, quiet. But I guess everybody was thinking about everything that happened. But I straight up early.
At some point during the trip home, maybe not for a while, but you see Heather with money and drugs.
With drugs.
Okay, and there again, if you would mind telling me again what kind of drug.
I had not yet seen the ice, but I had seen the ecstasy and the marijuana, and they had the marijuana and everything, and we smoked in the hotel. We smoked like a couple of blunts and everything, and there was one, I think it was Justin took some ecstasy, and he rolled or whatever, and that was the only thing I seen, and they tried to give me some ecstasy, but I just smoked the weed.
That's at the hotel?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, in Arkansas.
Sure.
Where's the little boy during all this?
He's doing the hotel,
What's he down?
playing.
Did Sean and Heather take drugs too while you were at the hotel? Did they do anything?
Thanks. Mostly,
Actually, who's paid for the hotel?
Brett.
Brett paid for the
I
hotel?
don't care what his name.
Credit card, cash?
No, wait a minute. We all pitched in for the hotel, and but it was under Brett's name. The hotel was.
Do you know what happened to the money that Heather?
No. Heather tried to blame it. Heather had said she cut me off to the side, and she said, "You need to check," because I was mad,
Yeah,
because someone just died, for like no reason, and I didn't know what the fuck I was thinking or anything like that. But I was mad because the situation was thought they not put up to me and everything, and so Heather told me. She said you need to check your boy because I handed him money, and whenever she didn't say how much, she said I handed him the money, and whenever he gave it back to me, there was only like $400.
Check your boy, and which one's check your boy? What one's the boy?
Brett.
Okay, so she said to you, you better check your boy. Then tell me again.
Because I handed him the money.
Heather saying I handed him the money.
The money she had got out the trailer.
Okay. Handed it to Brett for
Yeah.
safekeeping or,
I guess. And she said whenever Brett handed it back to her, that they were only like $400, you know. And I don't know, I asked Brett about it, and Brett has never lied to me before, and he said that, you know, all he did was his $800 what he had and went down or whatever, and gave her the rest of it.
so you never knew how much Heather had initially?
No, man. It still don't make no difference now, but I think she's kind of a did tell. I think that she did find a
Right.
large quantity of money and maybe some large quantity of drugs and things just kind of.
Withheld it from the rest of you, right? Okay. So you never,
And me and Brad first caught a glimpse of a gun that Sean had was in the hotel. Or, you know, like the song. And whenever I seen that, me and Brett both just kind of turned around like we didn't see it because we knew.
you didn't ask him about it?
No, after
Right
after he had done what he did, I didn't want to act like I seen it because I knew, you know, he was kind of crazy and I didn't know if he was gonna shoot us because we were witnesses to what he did or what. And that's why we had to really yell at Sean anymore, come at him in any harsh way or anything like that anymore. And that's why a lot of the reason why I still didn't come directly to the police whenever
Yeah.
I was scared. Because after I just seen that and Sean having a gun and everything. And I also thought that, you know, with me having blood on my shorts and being at the scene, I just kind of thought that I was just could be wrong.
Do you remember at all whether it was in the car on the way to Arkansas or at the hotel? Did Sean and Heather ever discuss what had happened? Okay. Do you remember? So I know you didn't want to hear it, but you don't remember overhearing any of that. Do you remember any thing that you perhaps might have seen them with that you didn't see them prior to going over to Jeff's house? Any
The
the gun? Anything else besides the cash and the dope?
The drugs.
Okay.
I was just in the cash and dope.
Anything else?
A watch.
A watch?
Sean had a watch. He opened up like this little. He sat at the table at the hotel. He opened up this little like black box, you know, and there was like a watch in there. And I can't exactly remember what kind of watch it was, but had to like flush it down the toilet
At the hotel?
That's, you know.
Remember anything else that they got rid of at that point besides the watch?
Yeah.
Okay, so how long do you stay in the hotel?
Just on sleep because we just wanted to get back here. We leave the hotel about 7 o'clock, about 9 o'clock, Tuesday night, 9 p.m.
Alright, and then where'd you go?
Up through Missouri. We avoid Memphis, Tennessee, because cops are real bad there. So we avoid Tennessee all the way and go up to Missouri, and then cut over and through Kentucky. Cut over to Kentucky,
Well, you said you avoided
Tennessee.
Tennessee because cops are real bad there. Why were you guys gonna avoid anything? Because of the drugs and.
6 people riding in the car, and then plus the drugs.
Okay.
And I had told them that I did not want to ride there with drugs on them. And I think even Brad mentioned something about it too, because it was just like, I don't know, it wasn't worth getting pulled over and having that little amount of drugs that can happen.
Okay, so you guys are heading back to Kentucky at this point.
Yes, sir.
When you get into Kentucky, where do you go first?
To Joplin.
Justin's house? Okay, and
It's
then
not really his house, it's like his girlfriend's house.
house, apartment?
Apartment.
Okay, you know the name of them?
I initially said Ironwood. I don't really know, I know it's like somewhere way off of Park Avenue.
What's Justin's which girlfriend was that?
Jennifer.
Okay, fine. So you go to Jennifer's house, and then do you all stay there at Jennifer's house? Or?
And then, The only ones that is there is Jennifer. And we go in there, all of us, all 6 of us being me, Sean, Brett, Justin, Heather, and Greg, or Greg and his little son. We all go there, and then we go to the back bedroom. Me, Brett, Justin, and Sean, and they're all 4 of us are in the bedroom. And they want to split the drugs up, and I tell them I don't want none of them because of the shit that happened, and I'm still real mad about it and upset, and I told them I didn't want nothing to do with none of that shit. And so they split them up between them, and that's it. And I told Justin to the house to take up my fucking house, so I'm gonna go home.
So they split the drugs up between Heather, Sean, Justin, and Brett?
Between Sean, Brett, and Justin, and wherever Sean got it, I think Heather had help or whatever. So basically he was just doing a compromise or whatever for Heather. Heather was in the living room with her Sean.
Did any cash change hands between any of those 3 or no? No. So Heather still probably had the cash at that point.
I think she did.
Did Heather, if you can remember, did Heather offer, if you know, money to Justin or Brett or anybody, drive them back, or?
She said all she had was $6. And she didn't make her throw in on the hotel or anything like that. And we had to come back anyway, so, and plus we come back, they were more happy to pay for the gas bag, not showing them the result, but.
Let me back up again here on when you stopped in Arkansas, you said Brett paid for the hotel. You guys had to eat at some point.
We had tips from them.
Understand? Okay, sorry.
We ate at, we went right across the street, there's a Dollar General.
Mm-hmm.
And I had bought a shirt there, and I forgot the shirt. And we had got air freshener for a little weed smoking one. And we got like munchies, like I bought some chips and stuff like that.
Heather left.
She some tampons. I mean, she gave us money to get some tampons.
So she stayed at the hotel room?
Yeah, she only had $6.
So she stayed there with Gregory and who? Or with anybody else?
Gregory, Sean, and Brett.
Brett. So you and Justin went to the store?
This one.
Okay. So then, do you make another stop to eat at some point during your trip home? Because that was a long trip home.
No, man, we brought some food for Sandy. We like that.
Oh, okay.
So we got those ready, we made sandwiches like about 1 o'clock a.m. On day.
So that would be the last stop before you got
That should
to.
be Tuesday night, 1 o'clock down Tuesday.
So that would be the last stop before you got to Justin's girlfriend's house, correct?
The Dollar General.
Yeah.
Before we got Justin for one. And the gas.
I'm just trying to jar your memory at any point in time if you saw Heather or Sean with more money, or if they paid for those type of things.
They didn't pay for nothing. I mean, she gave us $6. We'll get her some tampons at the Dollar
But
General.
it was your understanding that she did have money on her that she was withholding.
Yeah, I think she.
And what made you think that?
Because I think about a lot of shit she lied about. Like, I don't think this dude had her $3,000. I don't think that he had pounds of weed or whatever. I think that she went over there, and I think Sean's intention of going over there was to kill him.
Because we talked about it in the apartment.
Yeah, before we got.
And Heather was in the room. We're back in the apartment when Heather, you all were in that bedroom and they talked about it.
I think she.
Okay. Okay, so let's go back to Justin Groveland's apartment. You guys stay there.
Not long, because I was going to the house. Maybe.
After the drugs are split,
Yeah, pretty much after the drugs split.
then when do you leave? Are you the first one to leave? Break up the group?
Yeah, Justin takes me and Brett to Kmart, and to Brett's car to send it Kmart. And then me and Brett drive to my house and he drops me off. And he stayed there for a little bit though. Not very long, just for a little bit. And we had discussed what happened and everything. And I told Brett, I said, because I mean, they weren't really acting like they was real worried about what happened. And I told Brett, because Brett being a good friend, so I said, I don't think you understand what just took place and what we are facing now. And I told him that because Sean made that decision to do what he decided to do, I said we're in the hot spot. And I said, now we're just guilty. And that's when he started really thinking about it and everything. And I don't know, he was just like, he wanted to go home into, and then he left to get home.
Brett or Justin?
Brett. Justin and went home after he dropped us off at Kmart to Brett's car.
Okay, so you left with Brett. Justin's now, you're now split from Justin.
Yes, ma'am. And Sean, Heather, and Gregory stay at Justin's house.
At the girlfriend's house.
At Justin's girlfriend's house.
When was your next contact after you got split like that with Sean and Heather? Telephone, or physical, visual, what?
Never did.
You never did talk to him after that?
No, because
After
I had called Justin and I went back over to Justin's girlfriend's house and Heather and Sean was gone and asked us, I said, where the f*** they go? And he said that they went to Nashville, which they lied to him and went to his dad's house, grandma's house, or whatever, where they arrested. Yeah, where they arrested him.
Okay, come on, Sarah. What was your next conversation after all this happened with Justin and Brett?
I mean, nothing really. I mean, we all three knew, like, what had happened. We knew what we had seen, and we knew how serious it was. And we kind of planned on beating up Sean for what he'd done, just because putting us in that spot. But he kind of bounced out before we actually got a chance to do it. And we were so tempted to beat him up that we were fixing to drive. We was almost Justin was like, let's drive to Nashville and grab one. We found him. I said, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So we don't even know where they're at in Nashville. And so, I mean, we all three knew what Sean had did and what kind of situation he put us in.
So, you had not had any contact with Sean and Heather again, because you couldn't find them and y'all were talking about that. Okay.
We thought they went to Nashville.
Thought they went to Nashville. What does Justin say about his car? Anything left in his car that Sean left, or any of Jeff's belongings still in the car?
Nothing of that matter that I know of, but I don't think I told you this shit.
Doesn't matter. So that's our truth.
Me, Justin, and Brett, we kind of had a feeling that there might have been blood in Justin's car, so we had drove it to some rock quarry out in Grant County and set it on fire. Yeah.
What day was that?
What's today? Today.
Today's Monday the 15th.
I got it locked up.
Sunday.
Saturday and Friday, like 2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock on Saturday?
Yeah, it's average 2 o'clock in the morning Friday.
Do you know if Justin or you or Brett had talked to Sammy prior to burning his car?
Yeah, ma'am.
Sammy didn't call Justin and tell him that we were on our way up here? Not that you know, I'm not sure. Okay. So he didn't discuss that with you, any conversation with Sammy?
I mean, but after that happened and after I had seen Sean on the news, I knew I was going to be questioned. But I didn't know it was going to be about, I thought it was going to be about like John Hayden or Keith.
Okay. Okay, so you didn't know we were talking.
No.
Okay. So you have not had any conversations with Sammy since you left, right?
You know,
And you don't know, or you do know if Justin has or Brett has?
I don't know. Brett don't even know.
Okay, Brett doesn't know.
I don't know if Justin has or not. Her and Justin are kind of close, you know, that they are related somehow. Sean and Justin are cousins. And, so I really don't know. I mean, don't know. I'm kind of scared to even call Sandy or talk to her or anything.
Well, let me ask you this. Where did the Sandy was going to give you guys an alibi come from? Where did that come from?
Because, Justin said that Sandy knew that we was there the whole night.
Sandy didn't say she was going to give you guys an alibi.
Mm.
Justin just said that she could give an alibi because
She,
she thought you
She
guys
was
were there.
like the whole night, you know.
But she knew that you guys had left at some point.
After, I still think that she only knew we left after she went to work. I think that she thinks that we was there the whole night.
Okay.
Till this day.
So as far as you're aware, she didn't know anything about what had happened
No, no.
until we made her aware of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that she wasn't trying to cover up anything.
No, ma'am.
She didn't help Heather wash clothes.
No, ma'am.
Anything like that.
No, ma'am.
So the car was set on fire early Saturday morning about 2.
Yeah.
Okay. And then where did you guys? I'm sorry. You said you and Justin and Brett.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So where did y'all go from there after the car was set on fire? What happened then?
We had left there. Okay. We left there, we went back to Justin's girlfriend's house. IDed got in my car, left. No, hold up. I want to make sure I have it right.
Hey, John.
My car was parked at Justin's because we got to Justin's girlfriend's house and Justin had got out and went inside and told Brett to go pick up a Philly or a one or whatever, a cigar or whatever. And I was ready to go home because it was like, you know, it's kind of late and everything, and I was tired and everything. And I had told Brett to take me to my car, and I'm trying to think where it was. But I know it wasn't Justin's girlfriend's house. And I know he didn't drive me all the way to my house, so it wasn't my house.
That's fine. That's fine. What did you guys do with the drugs that were split between all of you?
I don't know. What did they do with
Well, I'm
that?
sorry. What did they do with
I
them?
have no clue.
All right.
I'm assuming some of it was smoke, you know, and Justin took a lot of eggs. Like, I think right when we got back in town Wednesday, he I think took like 3 rolls.
Did Heather ever mention her mother during any of this? That she had had a conversation with her mother? She mentioned she had called anyone and told them what had happened? Anybody?
No.
Okay. So as far as you know, that Heather, Sean, you, Dean Joseph, Justin, and Brett were the only ones that knew about this. So,
No.
okay. Let me take you back to Joe's house again, please. At any time, maybe our conversation will help her to move this along. But I know that was a very traumatic situation. At any time, do you remember Heather participating in, okay, you never saw her do that? You just knew that she had set it up?
She did not participate in it because whenever I had first came in the house, I went to the room, she was already in the back room. And she was in there, and then I had walked out and left. And then her and Sean were the last ones out.
They didn't say what they stayed in there to do?
No.
They didn't say they took a hit off a bong or whatever they call it these days?
No.
They didn't say anything about that?
No.
Did they act like they were high when they came out of the house?
No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need anything to drink? After a break, I'm gonna stop this interview for just a minute and let me go get something. I'll be right back. I'm fine. Justin, at this time, what I'm gonna do is just conclude this and just say that I appreciate your cooperation, okay? Thank you very much.
We'll be back here in a minute. So,
Do you need it today?
hey,
Joseph Walton and Brett Matthews pleaded guilty to aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. They were each sentenced to 25 years in prison. Sean Wilhelm and Justin Clapp pleaded guilty to capital murder and were sentenced to life in prison. Alleged mastermind Heather Miser pleaded guilty to aggravated robbery. She was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Investigators remain convinced that the robbery was cover for the premeditated murder of Jeff Joplin.